U.S. national team coach for women's épée, Andre Geva. Coach, leading up to the games, what is the primary part of kind of coaching you're working on with your national team members?
What is the essential?
What's the primary aspect you're focusing on with the Hurleys, with Tropic and Cat?
Yeah, for the individual competition, just we're trying to. I'm trying to raise. I'm personally working with Kelly and Courtney, so my goal is to add, some necessary moves, and tactical and technical things, into the fencing, so they will be more successful at the Olympics. Soon we will know. Right now we know approximately who will be our opponents, so we'll do kind of, custom coaching against those specific individuals, and. Also with Hurleys, it's very important that I will get them to be physically ready, working a lot of the conditions, because if they fit, if they are well trained, they usually perform better. They have full game, they have full arsenals, I'm sharpening what they have and trying to get them on the best possible conditions for the games. Now on the team event, since it's a team competition, working a lot on the team dynamic, making sure that everybody knows, each girl knows her role in the team, and they stick with the plan that we're trying to put together. We'll have like about 2 weeks before Olympics where we know exactly whom we are facing. It will be Romania. So we study them, we see what will be trying to decide what will be the best approach, acting as a team. The team aspect will be very important.
Focusing first on the individual component with the Hurley sisters who train at Alliance, with them being such established, successful fencers, what are some of the specific physical components you're working on with them to improve their conditioning?
Oh, they they work a lot in the gym, on the general fitness. We added into the
and it's general fitness
lesson,
like weight training,
fitness like you do like on both sides of your body, because fencing is kind of a little bit uneven sport. You work mostly with one side of your body, either right or left. Here it's important, to about the general condition. It's not only yes, in the gym with the weights, but mostly on the waist and legs area. Not much, on the hands. And for them specifically, it's important to work on endurance, like running and swimming. Actually, what they do a lot, they swim. They swim and they run as well. So this will be a general condition. Plus, we added a lot of intensive footwork exercises into the regular training routine. Just improve the mobility, on the street. I also do some intensive private lessons where they go like a lot on the attacks, and this is.
So other than the cross training with time in the pool, maybe time running, the footwork and the mobility stuff related specifically to fencing, is that moving them up and down the strip in a fencing lesson and in a fencing scenario, or is it more work with cones and kind of agility, plyometric work?
Closer to the regular bout situation. So I'm trying to create. The exercises, footwork exercises, we have designed together. Some of these exercises came from me. Some of them I adopt from them. I believe it should be like very close to the regular bout scenario.
And that footwork obviously being huge, a fencer's mobility is critical to their success. How much do you focus with that footwork on your lessons? Is it for tempo? Is it for distance? Is it general stamina and conditioning? Or how do you hope to tie that footwork and conditioning into your overall plan for the Hurleys and your national team members?
For tempo, I work a lot on tempo idea, changing timing, changing tempo, work on like 2 tempo, 1.5, like 2.5. And it requires a lot of, it requires not a lot, it's a good, how to say, the power, the good
Explosiveness?
good explosive power, like when you can do like, your lunge or series of lunges right away, like in the middle of like your stepping, and this is what we, this characteristic very important for epi fencing because you try to steal tempo from your opponent. So instead of going like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, we go like 1.5, like, and etc. This kind of thing.
Now talking about the tempo, someone who does tempo really well, at least here in the United States, on the foil side, Coach Bucky Leach. How are you pulling that tempo aspect out of them in a lesson? What type of drills are you going through to try and create that feel for them or really improve their tempo and explosivity?
I don't pull. They came to me as accomplished fencers, and like I said, I'm not trying to something to change or innovate something. I'm just sharpening what you have, and I believe this is my role as a national coach. Not to damage, but make it better. And they already have a very good game, but I believe. Before it was like just pure like explosive power. Now I'm adding a little bit of game, like slow, fast, kind of playing a little bit more, like I would say a little bit more not sophisticated but kind of preciseness, like on that. The drills, I mostly do it during my lessons. I can't describe, but I work on the tempo aspect, I work during my lessons. During the footwork exercises, I work more like on stamina, like intensity, like back and forth, like kind of movements, but tempo I do during the lessons, yes.
You talked about how they just kind of came to you recently and you're trying to simply improve the tightness or precision of the great tools they already have. Talking with Courtney and Kelly earlier this week, they mentioned that it was just 3 years ago or 2.5 years ago when they began working with you. It was really their first time doing lessons.
Correct.
In spite of them being Olympic bronze medalists. Where have you seen the biggest improvements in their fencing since starting to do lessons with them?
I noticed it almost right away. Like, sometimes when you start working with a new coach, you have gaps, like your results might go down because it's like, you're trying to adopt, to the new coach, and then it goes up. Sometimes it's right away goes up. In our case, we didn't have any gaps. It started slowly going up, and I believe it happens like a few months later after we start working. Like I said, because what was missing there is, some technical, like small things, like like wrist touches, foot touches.
Tight with actions.
Yeah. Like for example, they had an idea, and it worked a lot. Working through the blade, with the blade. I added a little bit, how you go around the blade, how you change it, how you can fence without the blade. For example, I added more like foot touches, some flash attacks we worked a lot. Flicks, they didn't do much flicks, so I tried to add some flicks here and there. And so just kind of enhance the game, and adding on what they have. If you take them both, they had good attacks, good parries, but in epi fencing, I believe these small details what matter, a little bit changing like tempo, a little bit all of a sudden like flick to the wrist, or like very disappointed touch to the foot, and this is what makes the difference.
So simply adding some diversity or expanding their tool chest of options.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, Coach, thank you for your time and great to hear of the exciting things you're working on.
Thank you. Thank you very much.